have several, and I know if my family's life was threatened, I would do the same thing as Officer Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
But, losing a child is never easy, and on that part, okay, I'm going to say I'm going to step out as an angel mother. I'm going to step out to Michael's parents and say, you know what, my heart goes out to you in a loss. But where were you when your son was growing up? What kind of parents were you? Mm-hmm. You chose not to be in his life, or if you were, what were you doing? Were you drinking? Were you on drugs? Did you have him taken away from you? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know their situation.
Right.
But, anybody that loses a child, no matter how old they are, my heart goes out to goes out to his parents, grandparents, friends. My heart goes out to them. But you know what? Michael was in the wrong. I'm sorry, but Michael was in the wrong. It's time to buck up, grow up, and admit. If you're an adult, admit when you're wrong. Admit when you're wrong. If you do something and that's not right, just buck up, be an adult, grow up, put your big boys, big girl panties on, and act like an adult. And it's time that the children in our government, toddlers for that fact, the toddler nation, they all need to put their big girl and big boy panties on and grow the hell up as well.
Mm-hmm.
And not my president. I didn't vote for him. Let me make one thing clear. I do not condone whatever he is.
Goofy.
I don't condone it.
We got Goofy in the White House.
Jared and all those, they're just as guilty.
We got Goofy in the White House. We got Trio D, Trio Dumb, Brian this country is what we have. So there you go. I'm trying to make it simple.
Basically, we have the seven dwarfs.
Yeah, seven
dwarfs. We have the seven dwarfs in the White House. And they're all guilty. Guilty. Take responsibility for your actions.
Dopey. Yeah, we got Dopey in the White House.
Grow the hell up.
That's pretty good. I like that. We got Dopey in the White House.
Military, I have nothing but the best regard for my battle buddies and my top brass. But top brass, I'm going to say, top brass, you need to grow a pair of balls, and you need to buck up, and you just need to put that slimy muskrat in its place, and you need to defy orders, and you need to stand up and do what's right. God tells us to stand up for those that are slated for destruction. Mm. It's your responsibility to buck up and, stand up for those that are slated for destruction. There is no other term for it.
Right. And
grow a pair of balls.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be men? Grow up, buck up, and grow a pair of balls. Be a man. Most of you, you're not saying all of you, most of the time we have a lot of great men in our society. But there are some that just will not ever qualify as men. And this is what I'm going to say to anybody who is listening that is supposedly a man. Grow up, buck up, grow a set of balls, and be a man. And that goes for any of my battle buddies. Not meaning it to be mean, but you know right from wrong, and you will be judged on the last day, because God's going to ask you. You knew you were supposed to do that, and you never did anything. Mm-hmm. You are guilty.
Yeah.
And not many people think about that. And I'm one who will stand up for my battle buddies. Anybody that knows me, I will stand up for my battle buddies, and I don't care how much it costs me, because if it costs me my life, I know where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
I know where I'm going. And I'm not scared.
Right, he took an oath to defend domestic and foreign terrorism. This was a
I
domestic.
did. I took that oath when I went in October 23rd of '07. I took that oath to defend our nation, from foreign and domestic enemies. I took that oath, and I will continue to take it. Top brass, if you need somebody, call me, email me. I will come out. Anybody interested listening, I will come out. I love Governor Perry. He is an amazing individual. He has got his stuff together. An amazing man. We just need to take, we just need to just look at him and use him as an example. Because obviously, the toddlers in Washington can't seem to do anything right. And they're all a bunch of little robots, little toddlers, whatever you want to call them. They are toddlers pretty much because they can't seem to listen, and they're like robots in Washington. I've seen it. But the White House, Capitol Hill, and anybody who's connected with that administration, they're all little toddlers because they can't listen. They don't want to listen, and it's their way or the highway. And I'm sorry, but most of what is in Washington are toddlers, and every one of those little toddlers are guilty. And I'm sorry, but, being for a military, I love my military brothers and sisters in arms. I love you all dearly. But when it comes to making the right decision, you know what decision you need to make. I've said it once, I've said it twice. I will stand in arms with you if you need me. I will stand in arms and not think twice. But you need to do the right thing. And that goes for top brass, too. And I know that probably a lot of people in Washington are going to hear this, and you know what? I don't really care. Because I have nothing to hide as a Christian. I know right from wrong. And I would go back to the military in a heartbeat. Jackson, yes. Fort Leonard Wood, maybe. But I will stand up against foreign and domestic terrorists. If I have to go to Texas, I don't care. But what they did was wrong. And Ferguson, I'm sorry, but, to Officer Wilson, you did the right thing. You stood up for what was right. You stood up because you thought you were in danger. So you used your weapon in self-defense. And in my book, that was right. And my heart goes out to Michael's parents, friends, family, grandparents. But Michael himself was an adult. He knew what he was doing was wrong. And Officer Wilson was in the right when he thought that his life was in danger and Michael was coming after him. So he did what was right to defend him, the police,